All right. I've been working on getting my thing set up forever, and now it's 4:20 in the morning, and I finally halfway figured it out. So, uh, in honor of 420, because we can't get much higher, and for Hitler and Ye's birthday from a past life, uh, I'm gonna go ahead and do my stand-up, and then I'm gonna use the internet to help me finish it from the other night. So it was a happy 420, everybody. Happy birthday, Hitler. Yay, also. Wish I'd thrown you a birthday party. No, Ye's birthday is actually June 8th, but he said he was Hitler in a past life, so it's also his birthday today, too. We can just celebrate all his birthdays because he's my favorite person in the world, so let's just celebrate them all, even Hitler's. Because if we had to go through Hitler to get to Ye, then that works for me. I know I shouldn't say that because I'm not Jewish. Or am I? I don't even know. Never done a DNA test because I really don't care. I don't believe in race. I'm pretty sure it's not really a thing. I heard that actually Israel doesn't allow DNA tests to prove Israeliness, to become an Israeli citizen. I'm not sure about that. I'll look it up. But anyway, I digress. But yeah, he said he was Hitler in a past life, and I just don't know the man to be a liar, so I believe him. He said he was Jesus too. I believe him there too. I knew he was Jesus before he ever said so, to be honest. Like, before I knew anything about him, I knew he was Jesus. It was very strange for me, but I never knew anything about him. I just wasn't paying attention. Why would I? Like, I didn't care about shoes. I didn't care about music that much. I still listened to Counting Crows from high school. Like, I wasn't paying attention to anything like that. I paid attention to politics, though. So when he ran for president in 2020, I was like, who is this guy? So I started looking into it, and I watched the video of him hugging Trump in the Oval Office in 2018, and I said, oh my God, Jesus, is that you? I don't even know where that thought came from. It just like, and I might have just been high because I was high a lot. I had gotten out of the military in 2017, and I was like, yep, now I can smoke weed. And I smoked some weed because, tell you what, I really did love weed. It kind of stops working after a while, but at the time, it was my best friend. And also, I wasn't really a Christian at the time. I mean, I had heard about Jesus, I knew a little bit about him, but the way I mean, from what I knew of Christians, it just didn't seem real because I was a liberal for lots of good reasons, and I don't know, I'm digressing again, but I believe Jesus was a liberal personally. I think, okay, because for me, a liberal is someone who cares about the least of these. Ye said in the Oval Office, he said, I've heard that welfare is the reason why a lot of blacks vote Democrat. I'm like, well, yeah, that's why I vote Democrat, because I believe in taking care of the least of these, making sure people have clothing, making sure people have food, making sure people have all the things that they need. That's what I thought welfare was. So maybe you're not the smartest crayon in the box, or maybe you've made some mistakes in your life, but you still deserve to live. You still deserve to have a roof over your head and clothes on your back and food in your belly. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I thought welfare was, and that's why I was a Democrat. But hearing someone like Ye say that that's not a good thing, all of a sudden made me realize that, well, yeah, maybe we should build a system that you don't need welfare. And also, the people that live in welfare are not very well taken care of. They're not faring so well. Um, but so anyway, then I read my Bible again and I was like, okay, maybe not. But I had just been reading the Book of Certitude by Baha'u'llah, who was supposedly the last real prophet. And he said that when Jesus said he will come through the clouds in great glory, that was metaphorical. And well, he was saying that to say that he was the one who was coming through the clouds in great glory, even though he didn't really literally come through the clouds in the sky. And I thought it was interesting, and I was like, well, that's an interesting way to think about it. If it's metaphorical, we definitely do have a cloud now. SoundCloud, the cloud where all the data is kept. And that's how I found out about Yave. I looked through all the things that he's ever said and ever sung and ever produced, and I was like, yeah, that's not a normal person, at least. But so he didn't win in 2020, but I was really excited because then I had 4 more years to study him and get everybody else to vote for him next time he ran. And this is one of my favorite lines of his.
Or we'll change the design. We'll change it to something that has to be here. When I run for president in 2024, we're going to definitely know what y'all laughing at.
What y'all laughing at?
When I run for president in 2024, we would have created so many jobs that I'm not going to run, I'm going to walk. What I'm saying is,
amen. I'm not going to run, I'm going to walk. So I got so excited. In that same article, or that same video, he talks about how they moved the Yeezy headquarters to Cody, Wyoming. So I took myself out to Cody, Wyoming. I was like, that's a small town, I can find him. But anyway, that's a story for another time. But as I was studying him, I came across this funny thing about how he was supposedly prophesied, his birth was prophesied on the Ziggy Stardust album of David Bowie's from 1972. As you can see, this is the album cover, right? This is Ziggy, aka Bowie, on a street in the middle of the night underneath a sign that reads K West. And his name was Kanye West, right? It was cool even at the time because they were like, it means quest, and like Bowie had like a really big cult following and everything. So because this album is very interesting. The first track on it is called 5 Years, and it talks about how all these bad things were happening, and they only had 5 years left. We had 5 years left to cry in. Bad things, but then here's where it gets interesting for me. I think I saw you in an ice cream parlor, drinking milkshakes cold and long, smiling and waving and looking so fine. Don't think you knew you were in this song. And it was cold and it rained, so I felt like an actor. And I thought of Ma, and I wanted to get back there. Your face, your race, the way that you talk. I kiss you, you're beautiful. I want you to walk. I'm not going to run for president. I'm going to walk. And then the song goes on for the last of it. We've got 5 years stuck on my eyes. 5 years, what a surprise. 5 years, my brain hurts a lot. 5 years, that's all we've got. And this album came out in June of 1972, and Ye was born in June of 1977, 5 years later. And then Ye said, I am a god. That's exactly what they crucified Jesus for. They say, how can you say you are a god? And he says, what? It says in the scriptures, ye are gods. Ye. Y-E. And they said, oh, that's not what it meant. And he said, okay, fine, kill me. I know where I'm going. And then when he came back, his own disciples didn't even recognize him at first. I don't know. I don't know how it all works. I just know what I felt. And I haven't seen anything that made me think otherwise. There's something else interesting to this as well. So, in the Book of Mormon, the Book of Mormon is about Jews that come over from Israel to the Americas, and they split off into two peoples, a dark-skinned people and a light-skinned people. Apparently the dark-skinned people are wicked and the light-skinned people are righteous. But in the middle of the book, it kind of flips, like generation after generation, they kind of, some follow God, some don't follow God, and it flips. The dark-skinned are more righteous than the light-skinned. And so God sends a dark-skinned prophet to the light-skinned to tell them about the coming of Christ. And it says, behold, he said unto them, behold, I give unto you a sign. For 5 more years cometh, and behold, then cometh the Son of God to redeem all those who shall believe on his name. And I thought that was an interesting coincidence. I also find it interesting that the Mormon Church has $250 billion at least that they don't seem to know what to do with. But they do say that they want to build the kingdom of heaven and that they serve Jesus, the Christ, who told us to do nothing but clothe the naked, feed the hungry, visit the prisoner. And that's all Ye wants to do, except for he doesn't want to visit the prisoner. He wants to free them. And that's what Jesus wants to do too. Their missions just, if they're both serious about their missions are in line. I know Ye is serious about his. He wants to be leader of the free world. And if the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints does not recognize him and work with him, then I don't know what they saved that $250 billion for. So to that end, I am running for president of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Or president of the United States of America. Either way, I'm going to make Ye the leader of the free world. And the world will be free. Amen.